Hi everyone, in today's video I'm going to make two fudge recipes. One is made on the stovetop and one is raw. Both recipes are really easy, don't require a thermometer, and are dairy free. Let's start with the stovetop chocolate fudge. You can use homemade tempered chocolate, chocolate chips, or here I'm using baking chocolate. I'm not sponsored, but I usually use this brand. They have a few different types of baking chocolate. Here I'm using the semi-sweet. The next ingredients are almond butter, maple syrup, and full-fat coconut milk. Now, this recipe isn't all that flexible, so don't change the amount of liquid because technically we are making emulsification by adding liquid to the fat. Liquid and fat don't mix, but given the right conditions, we can emulsify them together. The key is to add the right amount of liquid to create a stable structure. Heat all the ingredients over low heat to melt the chocolate. If you're using a direct heat like I am, as opposed to a double broiler, make sure to stir constantly because chocolate burns really quickly, and once you burn chocolate, you can't save it. Pour the mixture into a parchment paper lined container and let it set in the refrigerator. You can keep it at room temperature, but I usually let it set first. Alright, now onto the second recipe, raw cocoa fudge. I would say that this recipe is even easier, but you do need a food processor. The first ingredient is dates, and it is important what type of dates you use. The best are fresh dates such as medjool dates because they are soft and juicy. Add them to a food processor together with almond butter, melted cacao butter. You could also use coconut oil, but cacao butter has a higher melting point, so if you use cacao butter, you can keep the fudge at room temperature. Cocoa or cacao powder, and a pinch of sea salt. Process all the ingredients into a smooth, sticky paste. Transfer the fudge into a parchment paper lined dish and press it into a smooth layer. Let the fudge set in the refrigerator or the freezer and then cut it into squares. And that's it. Really easy recipes for chocolate fudge and cocoa fudge. We've got two types of fudge here, chocolate fudge and almond butter fudge. And to be honest, I totally thought that Tana would love the chocolate fudge, but he prefers the almond butter fudge.
It is like delightful. Really good. If you've ever had an Eat More bar, very similar texture, malleable. It's like bendy. Oh, so good. Very, a lot of fun to eat. Really good. It's not a chocolatey flavor though. The dates are definitely the sweetest part of this. And I think they're the only sweetener, correct?
Yes.
So it's like it's not correct to do this as like a chocolate fudge. This one is a chocolate fudge.
Yeah.
It is 75% less dense than this. This is heavy. This is very light all the way through. The flavor in this is more of a dark chocolate flavor. And I think that it's a dark chocolate flavor with a light aftertaste. It's definitely sweet, but it's in the aftertaste that it's sweet. It's a non-tempered chocolate. So it's like a knife through butter when you bite into it. Just like you cut through it. It's very light, airy kind of texture. I've compared it before in the past, like an icy square. I don't know where you are in the world, but in Canada we have these icy square things that are non-tempered chocolate and very similar texture to that. I would say combine them together, pour this on top of this, and you'll have like a very popular recipe with your friends. It's going to be great. You might gain some weight, but it's going to be worth it.
Alright, so I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, comment below, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time.